Okay, so let's talk about refining your team. By now, you've realized that if you're serious about growing your portfolio and achieving these goals, you've got to have a team. Otherwise, you're going to end up running yourself into the ground. Something that's important to remember is that the people you start out with on the team are most likely not going to be the people you end up with. Some people may not agree with the business model or the concept of the vision of where you want to go, and that's okay. Sometimes people will phase in and out of jobs or careers, and to be honest, the skill sets needed from certain roles are going to change at the different levels that you're going to be operating at along your journey. Remember, the person you are today and the people you're around will most likely not be the people you're around when you become your future self of the person that is actually succeeding in this journey. It's always important to assess and reassess the people on your team as well as the people in your life. Remember something, people on a team are going to follow a leader, and they're going to stay with that leader as long as he or she has a vision that they can see, one they can relate to, and most importantly, one that's going to invigorate them to be part of something because they believe in it. If not, they may just be a subpar teammate, or they may just change teams to go with someone who they do believe in. I've seen many investors, they hire a property management company, they hire contractors, realtors, and they only think about how it's going to help themselves win and achieve their goals. Now, to me, this makes it a very one-sided operation. I do understand that you're paying them for a service, but money alone is not going to create a long-term partnership. When a person is constantly going through different members on their team, I know several things are going on. Either it's not a win-win situation for everyone involved, or the person that is the leader and inspiring people is not communicating that with them correctly. Don't get me wrong. I'm also a realist and I believe in capitalism. And just because I'm talking about leadership and vision and communication, it doesn't mean that I don't understand that whoever is part of your team needs to be compensated for their services. Their business has needs such as expenses, they got profit margins, they've got goals of their own that they're trying to take care of, and these are their priorities. You have no control over their business model or to ensure how successful they are. Many times I've seen smaller business owners, which normally is what you will be working with in the beginning, they get either lazy or they get greedy. And what happens is they get comfortable with the steady flow of income from a certain client or clients. Now, to me, this makes absolutely no sense that they would decide to overcharge the most loyal people who are paying them. And that is the exact opposite of a team mentality and concept. The only way, in my opinion, that you can mitigate against this from happening is to have initial expectation conversation with them and let them know what you want and what you expect out of a business relationship, as well as finding out what they want and what helps them for their business. This is also the time and place to let them know what your policies, your procedures are of how you operate, when you're going to pay them, and what's considered acceptable work and what's not. One of the most important things I think that you need to discuss is what your plans are for growth and how they fit into those plans. Now, if after this conversation you realize that they may not be a fit for you and your team, or they may be better off just kind of going somewhere else, but to be honest, this can be the best thing for you. It can be very stressful and expensive trying to undo what someone did to fix their mess. This is why you do a lot of work in the beginning before you own a bunch of properties and have a huge problem on your hands with bad team members or subpar work and service. One of the challenges when you're building something for the first time is that you don't know what to look for or what questions to ask, nor do you know what the needs are going to be until you actually start needing them. But remember, the more you plan, the more you prepare, and the more you execute, the easier it'll be to notice if someone is on the right fit for your business model or if they should no longer be on your team. Remember, always test and measure along with the key metrics that are aligned with your goals and your strategy to make sure that you're getting long-term success for you and for your team.